All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. All right, so I'm running on empty this morning. Didn't get a lot of sleep. My daughter had choir this morning. And so I've been up since 6 a.m., but my son also woke up at 3 o'clock last night. So running on empty, forcing some coffee down, trying to wake up. Sorry. Sorry, I hear. Sorry for the lag. There we go. Sorry about the lag. All right, so good morning, Missouri. What's up, man? Missouri's always the first one here, man. So good to see you here, brother. Good morning, Bro Mac, Rel. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. VKTX was down. Let's look at it. I mean, it's gapping up some. I mean, I don't think Mitch was holding this one overnight. I don't think he holds stocks overnight. The last time I saw Mitch, he was shorting Kron, I believe, right? Um, yeah, Kron. Yeah, but I think Mitch was shorting Kron at around $12, and so I think it turned into a really good trade for Mitch actually. What's up, DK? Tiny, good morning. Jeremy, no, I hate Wednesdays, brother. No TGIW. I hate Wednesdays, man. Good morning, Chase. Live Gains, what's up, man? Manny, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. John, good morning. Outsiders, what's up, brother? Sergi, good morning. Herbert, good morning. Seven, what's up, man? Painfulness, good morning. What's up, WL? What's up, brother? Yeah, running on empty, guys. I'm running on empty. Didn't get a lot of sleep. Like I said, my daughter, every Wednesday, my daughter has choir for school. Like, she has, like, singing class in the morning. And so I have to wake up at 6 a.m. And that's usually not a problem. I actually like getting up early. But last night, my son continues to wake up in the middle of the night every night. You know, like, usually he goes to, he'll wake up out of his room and go into my daughter's room and try to go sleep in her room since she has like a little couch in there that he can sleep on. And so he usually goes in there, but he decided to wake me up last night in the middle of the night. And yeah, so definitely didn't get much REM sleep, I don't think. What's up, AA? John O. Good morning. All right, so let's check out the market right now. There's a decent amount of movers, but some of them, my favorite one, which is ALDX, you could look at ALDX here. It's not tradable, unfortunately. I'm kind of frustrated about it. But it's gapping up from 990 to 1295, looks decent, and really it's not a bad Wednesday. I think the market's kind of back a little bit. I think the volume's kind of a little bit back in the market. But if you could trade ALDX, it's gapping up nicely. One I can trade that I'm watching is GoPro. It's gapping up from 662 to 723. I'm curious to see what the catalyst is for this one. Another one is KBH, which is KB Home, and it's gapping up from 25.29 to 26.49. Watching AMRN, this was one of the crazier movers from the last week or two, and so this one's up a huge amount from the $3 level all the way to its highs at 14.64 in the last week or so. Sitting at 12.75 now, still pretty short biased with it. We'll see how far this one can go. I mean, I don't want to doubt it though because it's ran every day where I thought it would crash, and so we'll see where that one goes. Also watching VSTM, gapping up from 7.15 to 7.79. Gonna look to short this one as well. There's a few other ones. OASM. Nike has been moving a lot in pre-market and after hours. I think from bad earnings. This one's down some from yesterday. Going to look to that one. I'm actually more long biased with this one. I think it probably will rebound some after this drop, but we'll see. SQ, if you like the more expensive stocks, this one's around almost $100. It's at 98, but it made a huge move in the last 2 days from 81.50 to almost 100 where it's at now. So that one looks interesting. NIO moving some in pre like it has been the last few days. I really don't like this stock. I don't really trust it that much. And so we'll see. I mean, it's been fading off the VWAP nicely. Maybe I need to be a little bit more patient and wait a little bit after the open to trade. I think maybe I've been jumping into trades a little bit too soon. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. Manny, I'm telling you, man. Like, I didn't get much sleep. Kids, man. You know, whenever somebody wants to have kids, or somebody's pregnant or something like that, and they ask me what to what to work on, the biggest thing I tell them is once you have kids, you do not get nearly as much sleep as you would have. And that's 100% true. And so, yeah, kids, man. Kids keeping me up. Didn't get a lot of sleep. Okay, I got you. Who get this? Give me 1 second, man. I'm going to go ahead and post this. But there's a few other ones. Let me try to add those real quick, I guess. What else? OASM. What was the other one? There's a few other ones moving in pre. I'm just going to post this and maybe update once I get the other ones. VIOT What's up, Sonic? Is that a serious post from Sonic? Wow, man. You alright, Sonic? You okay, bro? VIOT, recent IPO from yesterday. Yeah, that looks interesting. I'll watch that one. AVEO, don't think it's tradable. And I remember AUPH is gapping up some. It's not tradable either. But I'll add those to my list. AUPH. I know AVEO used to be tradable. I can't say I'm confident it's going to be tradable today, though. Let me see. No, neither of those are tradable. Yeah, it's weird. Like, TradeNet hasn't had as many tradable stocks lately. I mean, there's still enough to trade and get by, but frustrating. I think when the market heats up, though, they'll start adding more stocks to trade. IGC. Yeah, no worries, who get this? No worries, brother. Yeah, IGC moving some. They still haven't added this. Usually they do pretty good with adding stocks. Maybe because it's the cannabis sector, they just haven't added it yet, but we'll see. OASM as well. Gapping up from 537. Or gapping up to 537. Looks interesting. NSPR. Yeah, I forgot. Somebody asked me about. Let me look at them. Titan. What's up? What's up, Eric? Good morning, man. NBEV and NSPR. Yeah, these two I can't trade either one of these. NBEV is more my style. NSPR is just too cheap. I might look at it on Robinhood for maybe a VWAP bounce or something like that, though. But yeah, 4 biggest watches are these 4. GoPro. These are all tradable on TEFs. So GoPro, KBH, VSTM, and AMRN. Those are the 4 main watches. My favorite one in the market today is probably ALDX, though I can't trade it, but it looks pretty good. Gapping up from 990. It went as high as 1640. It's at 1260 now. Looks interesting. Gonna keep an eye on that one. Yeah, I'm a night owl as well, Tony. I like staying up at night. I don't get to do it as much with kids though. I'm kind of like OCD with my sleep. I try to, especially like with this and like the stream and like trading and this kind of being my job. I try to kind of always try to go to bed, and I try to get at least 7 hours of sleep. As you could probably see today, it doesn't always work out like that though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. What's up, Jose? I'm gonna have to look up the news on GoPro. Oh man, just chugging this coffee right now, man. All right, but hasn't been a great week. I've been in a little slump. It's crazy. Like the last 2 months have been great. The last like week and a half has been terrible. You know. I'm still, like no worries. Like I'm still sure I'm gonna be able to rebound some, and even if this account doesn't make it, I can always open up another one. But I'm really thinking about getting a student account next, just so I can have that extra buying power, not worry as much about sizing, and try to kind of make that work. But I'm gonna try to make this account work first. Probably go for it with this one. What's up, Aries? How do you get all 4 charts like that? Um, so here, I'll show you. So you go to, if you have Thinkorswim, Aries, let me drag this. So this is my other monitor. These are all the other charts I'm looking at since I have 3 monitors. But you go to Thinkorswim, you go up to this top little box right here under the on demand button, right under here under the minimize and exit out buttons under setup. And you go to this little box and you can select how many charts you want. I have 12 charts up. And so I just go to 12 right here and I just click that and then I just input the stocks. Alright, so I also think I may be a little bit more active today. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more selective. Maybe today's not the best day to be active, though. I've been trying to be a little bit more active in the market. A lot of times, what I'll notice is that I will have, I'll have a winning trade, and then a lot of times my trade ideas after that will be correct, but I won't jump in anything else. I think that's a good and a bad thing. But may try to be a little bit more active today. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, Thinkorswim. I love Thinkorswim. They've been having problems though in the last 2 days or so with their with lag in their charting. They've been having a little bit of problems with lag in charting. So something I got to. I love Thinkorswim though. Really awesome free platform for traders to use. All right, so. Today's news is brought to you by Snaptrade. As you can see, I build my watch list on Snaptrade each morning. It's a really awesome free tool for traders to take advantage of. And I share this watch list with a decent amount of traders each morning. And so if you ever want to be added to this list where I share my watch list a little bit earlier in the market day before the stream, let me know and I'll go ahead and add you to this list. And I think it'll email you whenever I add a stock to this watch list. But if you want to see what my full watch list is, all you have to do is go to Snaptrade and go to your watch list section. You should be able to see my morning watch here, just like Ben has shared his swing trading list with me here. So I can click on that, see his swing trading list, and so forth and so on. And so, yeah. I also been using them to look up the news on stocks. They've been updating the site a ton. And the really cool thing about Snaptrade is they do try to kind of work with what traders want to see. They take suggestions and they try to build their site up to best fit their users. And so they have been adding a lot of stuff. They recently added a gap scanner. And you can see that here. So I can just go to gap up or down. And you can see it's all the gapping stocks. I can change it to price less than $10 and look at all the stocks under 10 that are gapping. And so a really cool tool for traders to use. I've been using them for their gap scanner. And it kind of shows you all the significant moves in the market. I think it's over 10% gaps is what they show you. And so a really cool tool for traders to use. They also wanted me to reach out. If anybody has any suggestions or like actual feedback for Snaptrade, like I said, they're constantly working on improving their site and kind of making it the best site for their users. And so if you have anything you really want to see on Snaptrade, or if you have any things that you think they need to work on, let me know. And I'll pass that on to Snaptrade, just because they're always trying to fix their site. They're always trying to make it the most user-friendly possible to what their users really want to see. And so, like I said, if you know anything that they should add or work on, or if anything you'd like to see, let me know. Or you could just let them know by going to feedback at the bottom right of the screen, and just go to comment or feature request, and you can kind of leave them bug, comment, feature request, and you kind of leave them details on what you want to see. And people wanted to see a gap scanner. They added that. People wanted to see more recent news, like more real-time news, and they added that. And so they do work with traders, so go check them out. It's snaptrade.us. And like I said, let us know if you want to see anything added or changed or fixed to Snaptrade, because like I said, they're constantly working with traders trying to fix the site up to be the most user-friendly possible. There's the link right there. All right, let me write that down. You'd like to see a low-float scanner. Okay. Got it. I'll pass that on to them. Patterns on Snaptrade. So what do you mean? Like, let me know what you mean by patterns, Mark, and I'll pass it on to them. What's up, KC Mac? Good morning, brother. John, one more time. How do we follow your Snaptrade? So you basically just sign up, Brian. You just sign up to SnapTrade, and you can either message me your username or email, and I'll add you to the list. And so you can either post it here. If you don't feel comfortable posting it here, you can send it to me on Twitter, Facebook, or something like that, and I'll add you to the list. Yeah, I'm looking. Obviously, I'm pretty short biased as a trader. So I'm looking to short, obviously, AMRN. I think it's just up so much in the last week. You can see this thing moved up from $3 all the way to almost 15 the other day. It's at 13 now. So really interesting. But every day I say that. Every day I'm looking to short it. It always kind of runs up. And so who knows, man? Who knows what it's going to do today? Good morning, Felix. Good morning, Masher. Okay, got it. I'll go ahead and add that, Mark. I'll put that down as well. All right, I got you, Brian. I'll add you to the list right now, man. All right, I just added you, Brian. All right. OGEN, Jesus. Hey, appreciate the sub, Ivan. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Yeah, if you're just now joining the channel, I do this every weekday morning. I day trade live on stream, let people watch my trades live, let people watch my winners and losers, go over what's moving in pre-market, kind of the biggest gappers and the biggest movers in after hours and extended hours in pre-market, and then day trade live on stream right here. And so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. A high of day breakout scanner. Got you. I'll add that to the list. All right, so let's go over some news right now. See what's moving in this market, see why some of the stuff is moving. First one I'm looking up is GoPro, GPRO. You can see it is gapping up from about 660s to 720s. Let's look to see why it's moving. Some people said somebody upgraded it to a buy rating. Yeah, Oppenheimer said it was time to buy. So that's making it push. So Oppenheimer analyst Andrew Urwitz turned bullish. He basically posted some optimism regarding GoPro, and he raised his rating to outperform from perform, and issued a target of $9 with GoPro. And so that's ultimately why it's pushing up, is that's, an analyst rated it with optimism, and they gave it a $9 profit target, or a $9 target. So looks interesting. We'll see what happens with that one. AMRN, bottom left chart. I doubt it has any recent news. No, not really. And so we'll see what AMRN does. I know it had a decent catalyst a day or two ago, but lately it hasn't. So we'll see if it can hold these gains. Next one I'm looking at is KBH, top right chart. All right, so it sounds like KBH up here at the top right had good earnings, good third quarter earning estimates. They came out with earnings of 87 cents per share, which beat the estimate of 78 cents per share. which is better than the 51 cents per share exactly a year ago. And so better than expected earnings for KBH on the third quarter earnings release. We'll see where that one goes. Next one I'm looking at on the bottom right is VSTM. You can see it's gapping up from 715 to 777. And now this one's been moving in the last few days, and so it probably doesn't have a recent catalyst from today, but it probably, well, maybe not. All right, so CSPC Pharmaceutical Group entered into an exclusive product license and collab agreement with VSTM. It's in relation to the development and commercialization of their oncology drug. And they agreed to pay VSTM an upfront payment of 15 mil. So basically a deal made with VSTM that's making it gap up some. That one looks interesting. We'll see where this one goes. Another one I'm looking at is NKE, which is Nike. I looked up this one last night. It's down on earnings. I think it'll probably bounce today, though. I'm a little bit more bullish with this one. So they stuck to their full year forecast. They've also been working towards pulling in some younger customers with new Jordans and React sneakers and World Cup jerseys. The expectations were still a little bit high, though, going into earnings. They were down about $2 in pre-market. All right, so actually Nike had good quarter one earnings. The quarter one earnings and sales beat the expectations for the first quarter 2019 fiscal year. Both earnings and sales beat the street estimates. The reason it's down is because they provided a somewhat disappointing guidance for the 2019 fiscal year and the second quarter from FX headwinds. So from foreign exchange. They say the environment has turned unfavorable due to global trade and geopolitical dynamics, which has made the U.S. dollar stronger, which is going to weigh on the company's sales. And so that's why. So they actually had good earnings, but their guidance is the reason it's down, and their foreign exchange. The foreign exchange market in general is causing its brand to be down some, which is interesting. All right, another one I'm looking up is ALDX. I can't trade this one, but maybe some of you all can. Gapping up from 990 to 1230. So it had positive trial results of their mesothelioma treatment. And so good results. It's at its record highs right now. So yeah, it announced positive results from phase 1 and 2 trial for a type of mesothelioma. Dean Finnell, which is the chief investigator of the Cancer Research UK Meso 2 clinic, said the results are highly encouraging. And their drug received an overall response rate of 61%. And so good results for ALDX, this bio drug, and it's gapping up to show that. OASM, next one I'm looking at, bottom right, gapping up from 465 to 539. This one's not tradable either, unfortunately, but I'll still look up to see why it's moving. So it sounds like they received a positive CHMP opinion from the European Union about 5 days ago, but nothing really recent for OASM. So we'll see where that one goes. And then the other ones I'm looking at are just the cannabis stocks, like I have been the last few days: TLRY, CRON, IGC, a few other ones, NBEV. Yeah, I mean, I'm more short biased with it, Daniel. I can't trade it. It's not tradable on TEFs, but I'm definitely more short biased with it. Just because, I mean, usually, my style of trading, and I mean, if you've only been watching me for about a week, you might think I'm a terrible trader by how I've traded the last week or so. But like I said, I've been in a slump the last week. This is the first time in in the last 2 months, I was averaging one losing day a week. Last week was the first day, or the first week where I actually had two losing days. And then this week, I've had like a break-even day and a losing day. And so the last week and a half hasn't been great. Yet last week was still a profitable week, but it's just been tough. I haven't been doing as well as I had previously. And I think it's just the market. Maybe I'm not having some patience, and I just need to get my confidence back. And so we'll see how it goes, I always try to put everything out there. I'm not trying to hide anything, so people can watch my winners and losers to see what it's really like for a trader. CEI and PXF, Devendra. I've traded CEI before. It is a former runner. It's too cheap for me to trade, though. It's just not my style. Typically, when it runs up, it does fail. Other time I've seen this one move, it fails. And so I've seen this one run up before. It's down to 35 cents. It's just not my style, but gapping down some. We'll see. I like it a little bit more for a rebound, but we'll see what it does. PXS. I'm looking at PXS to see if it can hold over $1. I think the dollar area is the biggest support level, and so if it breaks underneath that, we'll see what happens to it. It's still a little bit too cheap for me. I doubt it's tradable as well. It's a former runner. I remember this one running earlier this year. If you look at the daily, maybe it wasn't earlier this year. Maybe it was in December of last year. This thing ran up. I remember this run in December of last year on PXS. And that's the crazy thing, is that most of the time these bio stocks end up failing. Not these bio stocks, I don't know if it's bio, but most of the time these big momentum parabolic movers end up coming right back down. Which is why I'm kind of inherently short bias, because I think it's, I think panic is a stronger emotion than hope. Hey, appreciate it, Tiny. Yeah, I mean, the last week and a half's been tough. But before that, like I said, I'm averaging one. Right now, I'm still probably averaging about 1.5 losing days a week. But before the last week and a half, I was averaging one losing day a week, and so I just haven't been doing that well. Yesterday would have been a profitable day, and so I'm not too upset about yesterday, because yesterday would have been a profitable day. I just made a mistake and forgot to cancel my order, and the stock ended up pushing up another 20 cents. The cool thing is that I did rebound from that $31 loss, and I got it down to a 50-cent loss yesterday. But yesterday would have been a profitable day if it wasn't for that error on my part. And so my confidence is still fine. It's just got to focus, I believe you could buy the intro 2 times, Frostbite. Next one, I'm looking at getting the student package. I think I'll like using the student package as well. I think I'll have a little bit more room. I won't be a little bit, I can use a little bit larger sizing without so much fear, kind of, start trying to take some actual profits from the market, since I've been doing well. So OSM looking way oversold on the daily. I mean, Andre, I don't think it's oversold, I think it's overbought, meaning it's bought too much. It's going to come down. I mean, unless I'm interpreting that phrase wrong. Like, what I always thought it meant, I thought oversold means that it's down too much, it's overextended on the downside, and I thought overbought means it's overextended on the upside. But when I look at the daily on OASM, I think it's overextended on the upside. I think it's probably going to come down some, but who knows? You never know in the stock market. It's something I've realized. All right, so We got about 9 minutes. Yeah, no worries, Devendra. Right, that's what I thought. So I mean, That's what I thought. I thought. Yeah. Yeah. No worries, Andre. That's what I thought. I thought it looked a little over. I like the word overextended because it's not as confusing as overbought or oversold. I like just the word overextended on the upside or overextended on the downside. You know, there's that famous Warren Buffett quote that says the key to investing is to be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Hey, appreciate the $5 super chat, Jeremy. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support, brother. Means a lot, man. Shout out to Jeremy for the $5 dono. That's awesome, bro. Appreciate it, man. NYSZ. Yeah, NYSZ is a previous crypto stock. This one ended up running a lot. Oh, this one is gapping up. I think it used to be tradable in tests. I doubt it's tradable anymore just because the volume's been so low. But yeah, look at NYSZ, crypto stock moving some. I think it's a crypto stock. Type that in wrong. It is tradable. Okay, cool. So NYSZ is another one I'm watching. It is actually tradable, so that's cool. That's good to see. Yeah, so definitely going to be watching NYSZ as well. So that's nice to see. So appreciate that shout out, man. I would have completely missed it, bro. Appreciate it. But yeah, man. Hey, Jeremy, appreciate the $5 donation, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Really means a lot, man. If you ever want to see a specific video, I try to tell people that donate to me. If you ever want to see me kind of make a specific video about anything, let me know. I'll try to do my best to get it done for you, bro. Get it done for you, man. If you have a request of a type of video you'd like to see. But yeah, appreciate the support, brother. What's up, Track Racer? Good morning, man. Yeah, the market's kind of, the market's looking a little bit hotter than it has been previously. It's looking a lot better than it was. CVSI. I mean, it's just not my style. It's just not the volume I want to see. I mean, it moved a lot, though. I don't think it's tradable, though. It says it's OTC on my end, but I don't think that's right. I don't think it's OTC. Maybe it is. Yeah, if it is OTC, I can't trade it, unfortunately. NYSZ is a fashion company? Maybe you're right. Maybe NYSZ it's like the program that like measures your size with like using your smartphone. Maybe I got that one confused. Let me look it up. Oh, appreciate it, Alan. Sorry, brother. I'll try to remember that. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is my size. So I was actually right. So I remember my size. My size is a fashion company. It's the app that measures your size using your smartphone. So yeah, they launched My Size ID, which is a smart measurement fashion app for iOS. That's why it's up. Okay, that's what I thought. It's kind of confusing with all the crypto movers. The reason I thought it was a crypto stock is because right when all the crypto movers like GBR, SAEX, and stuff like that were moving, that is, NYSZ was moving as well. And so because of that, I kind of thought it was I thought it was a crypto. What does it mean when the trade manager is blank like that? That just means it's not tradable. That means it's not even in their system. Like, so some of them will say, like, ALDX, which has an N. It's still not tradable if it has an N. It's in their system, but it's not tradable. So maybe they'll add this one in the future. But if it's just completely blank, like, what's the one I looked at? Like, CRMD maybe. If it's just completely blank, it means it's not even in their system, so it's not tradable. Yeah, CRMD. Possibly, James. It just depends, man. I always try to say, I don't try to predict the stock beforehand. I like to just react to what the stock does. And so I don't know which way this thing's going. You never know in the market. You know, stocks that I'm long biased on could drop huge, and stocks that I'm short biased on could push up big. And so I'm just going to look to see what it does at the open. I'm going to look for that cross underneath the VWAP and that bounce back for a VWAP fade. CNP. Centerpoint. This is actually my gas company. I didn't even know they had a stock. But yeah, Centerpoint moving. This is my gas company. This is who I used to use them for energy as well, but when I moved a few years ago, we switched to a different energy company, but they're still my gas company. So that's interesting. All right, guys, we got about 3 minutes. All right, so yeah, MYSC's running into some resistance at 150. If I short this one, I have to use bigger sizing just because it doesn't have that much room. I really only think it has about 13 cents, but the range is small. We'll see what it does. GoPro pushing up some right before the open. It's up to 727. What's up, John? Yeah, man. Houston. For sure, brother. Good morning, Mihail. What's up, man? All right, guys. We got about a minute and a half. Oh, no, you're good. You're good, Track Racer, man. Yeah, so every time I've signed up, the only package I've ever bought was the intro package. Typically, like, I get contacted by my account manager within a day or two, and what I usually just tell them is that, hey, what's up, Snaptrade? What's up, Ben? Hey, Ben's here from Snaptrade, man. TTD, let's check it out. So Ben from Snaptrade's here. So hey, if anybody has any suggestions for Ben at Snaptrade, he's right here. TTD. Yeah, TTD looks interesting. It's a little bit too expensive for me though. But hey, I appreciate the $5 donation, Ben. Means a lot, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so I got to get ready for the open. The market's opening up in 5 seconds, so gotta focus. But yeah, usually I get my funded account Track Racer within like 3 days, 3 business days, I would say. All right, there's the bell, there's the open. Good luck, everyone. Let's be patient. Let's make some money. Really quick though, VSTM spiking up huge here, really quickly at the open. And so look at VSTM spiking up to 786. But yeah, appreciate the $5 donation, Ben. Means a lot, man. All right, so we got GoPro up to 735. VSTM went all the way up to 810, and then it came right back. Can't talk. Right back down to 773. AMRN pushing up some. KBH pulling under the VWAP. This is kind of what I look for with the VWAP fade setup. Gonna wait a little bit though. I think one of my problems is I have to be a little bit more selective and patient with my trades. And so KBH looks to be setting up, but I want to see a little bit more of a bearish trend. And so we'll see what happens with that one. Kron and some of these cannabis stocks are dropping some. They didn't really drop some actually. NIO is just absolutely tanking down. Actually, it's not tanking down that much. The range is still relatively small. But man, look at VSTM here. Kind of a weird move. Spiked all the way up to 810 and then just got hammered back down to 760s. So the range on this one is already about 50 cents or so during today. That's a huge range. KBH is back up. We got GoPro getting rejected at 750s. Hey, somebody mentioned this exact move. They said they wanted to see it get up to 750, get rejected before shorting. We also have SQ, which is pushing up some, about to test the pre-market high. AMRN running up pretty big. Is it lagging again? I hope it's not, man. Thinkorswim has been lagging a lot in the last few days. VSTM pulling back to the VWAP here. I don't know, man. VSTM's just a little shady now, in my opinion. What did NYSZ do? NYSC doesn't look that bad. A little bit of a fade on VSTM. Just a little crazy move there. And AMRN, again, just running up. Some of these cannabis stocks falling, like CRON. GoPro pushing up, KBH falling down some. That's a little bit bigger bearish move. I kind of like that. NYSZ bouncing back some. VSTM same. Look at this drop on KBH though, filling this gap already. Man, look at VSTM, just a weird mover right now. Wow. Yeah, this is why I don't like VSTM at this point. Super sketchy. Not going to trade VSTM. Looking at KBH here. Should have some support there. If KBH bounces back to this 40 level right here, I might take some. Yeah, Thinkorswim is lagging a little bit, I believe. But man, look at VSTM. I wonder why it's acting like this. It's a really weird move for VSTM, honestly, at this point. Just a strange move. I mean, I'm looking at KBH, but it has to get up to at least this $26 level for me to consider it. And maybe it's not going to give me that move or that entry. NIO looks like the perfect fade, but it's tricky, man. NIO has been a little weird the last few days. But it looks like a good move. I might take a small position here on NIO and just kind of set a stop. Alright, so I'm in with 100 shares of NIO. We'll see how this does. Small sizing. Gonna look for it to get rejected here. Looks like this would have been a nice move on KBH. It just didn't bounce high enough for me. Look at that drop on KBH. Would have been a nice move. Unfortunately, just didn't get up to the VWAP area, but would have been a nice short there. Look at SQ falling down some here too. VSTM falling down some. But man, I wonder why VSTM's moving like that. We're down to 55 on NIO. Probably a little bit too small of a position. ALDX looks okay here. Gonna look for a bigger drop on NIO. Don't mind holding this one a little bit longer. Cannabis stocks dropping some. I don't know, man. I don't like these up wicks on NIO. They're just strange moves. Cron faded nicely off the VWAP there too. Problem with it has some support here at 52 now for NIO though. Little spike up on VSTM. Mitch is at work. Mitch works on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Getting ready to get out here if it breaks 60 on NIO. Don't want to get caught in a trap here. I'm out. Don't want to get caught in that trap. $4 loss. Not really that upset about it. It's fine. Tiny loss. Man, look at VSTM. Look at that thing tank here. Crazy. It's just a little shady, though, at this point. It's just, you see these moves on VSTM. They're just weird. Hey, Fritzy, man. Listen, man. Like I said yesterday, I really don't listen to what anybody says in the stream. You know, I get a lot of people telling me to buy here, and I can't really just buy it because somebody in the chat tells me to buy it. I'm not saying it's not going to go in that direction, but at the same time, you were also saying buy it when it was at 750s and it's down to 730s, and so I'm just, nothing against you, man. I just don't, I make it a point not to listen to anybody in the chat when they try to give me picks, you know what I mean? But no worries, man. Nothing against you, bro. All right, looking at GoPro here, starting to crack under. TLRY pushing back to the VWAP nicely here. But yeah, NIO is kind of like my kryptonite. I've tried to trade this thing like 4 times in the last week, and none of it has ever worked out. Biggest one I'm kind of bummed out about is KBH. I was really thinking about shorting it here. Like I said, it would have to get up to the $25 level or the 25-cent level, and it just never got that high, but it would have been a beautiful short. Oh, no, I completely understand, Fritzy. Yeah, no worries about it, brother. Listen, man, I'm not hating on you at all, man. I get it, you know? Like, when you have a strategy and you see it setting up, you want to tell the world, and I completely understand it, man. Now, if VSTM pulls back to the VWAP here at 760s, I'll consider it. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to mess with it. Yeah, I probably got out of NIO a little early. I just didn't like the fact that it broke this high right here. And it looks like it was just a fake out, but oh well. I'm looking at Kron at this point, though. Kron looks like a possible fade. I haven't been having the best luck with these cannabis stocks, though. It's weird, though. When you have a bad week, it severely messes with your confidence. At least it has for mine. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Mitch? At this point, I'm looking at Kron, but yeah, I definitely got out of NIO. NIO scared me out, man. Look at this. I got out right here at the highs. So frustrating for sure. Kron looks like a good risk to reward, though, with 27s as my risk. Maybe 28s. I'm looking at TLRY to see if it reacts to it like I think it might. Also looking at MYSZ maybe for a VWAP bounce here. But man, I've definitely been on a little slump the last week or so. There's 20s, 22s on Kron. Back down to 19s. Really starting to think about it. I mean, a good risk level, 28. So about a 10-cent risk at this point, maybe 30. It's up to 25 though. I don't like it as much. Glad I didn't jump in that one. But man, every single time I get faked out with these, with NIO. NIO's faked me out 4 times in the last week. Mitch is hiding in the bathroom. MYSZ's acting a little funny. Yeah, Track Racer. Hey, man, I actually had my first profitable trade on the long side yesterday on TEFs, on TradeNet's TEFs yesterday. I had my first profitable trade on the long side in like 6 months yesterday. All right, looking at VSTM here. If it can pull up to that 760 level, I'll consider it. KBH is the one I would have loved to get into, though. I was watching it right here. It just didn't get as high as I wanted it to. What did Nike end up doing? I thought it might bounce today. It's break even, choppy. There's 50s on VSTM. Cracking over 50s. Getting ready to set up. I might take a small share size on VSTM here. I just don't want this thing to go parabolic and run up to the 80s, which is possible. Alright, I'm in with 100 shares on VSTM. Risk level is about 60, so about a 10-cent risk. Nice, Josh. Nice work, brother. Nice work, man. I'm going to set a stop loss for this one at 61 just in case it goes kind of crazy here. Or 62, I guess I can set it. Also, guys, a quick reminder, if anybody's interested in signing up to TradeNet, they do have the 20% off intro package sale going on only till the end of this month. And so you can get 20% off the intro package until the end of this month. So after the end of this month, the 20% sale is gone. And so for the rest of this month, you can get the intro package for $3.99. If anybody's interested in signing up, we do make a small commission from it. But if you want to help support the channel, you can go through our link, and the link is right here in the chat. But yeah, biggest flaw with TEFs, like I've always said, is that some stocks are not tradable. That's the biggest flaw from TEFs, in my opinion, is that some stocks aren't tradable. As you can see, though, I can still make it work, and there's still a lot of options to trade. And so, like I said, you go through our link, you can get 20% off the TEFs intro package or the TradeNet intro package. And so, pretty good deal. And effectively, you're paying $3.99 with the ability to lose $700. And so, I think it's a pretty good deal. It's one of the ways we keep the streams free, keep everything free around here, live stream, and do everything for free. And so, if you want to help support this channel, go through our link and sign up through the TEFs package, the intro package on TradeNet for 20% off. And we appreciate any support we can get. All right, so there's a drop on VSTM. I guess I could have waited a little bit longer to get into it, but I do like the drop. We'll see if it continues. Just gives me a little bit more obvious risk level. Looking at GoPro here, GoPro's been kind of teetering around that 720, 730s level. Yeah, I think it'll probably will. What's up, insurance? Yeah, I mean that's possible, Mark. I've used that route before. I actually like doing it that route. Is that you get in a little bit early, add some if it gets closer to the VWAP level, and so yeah, that's possible. That's one of the ways I trade it sometimes. In this one I decided to jump in with 100 shares. NIO back up. SQ just tanking here. Watching SQ. There's a drop on VSTM. We'll see if it keeps going. Yeah, Thinkorswim's lagging some here, guys. I gotta watch the level 2 now. I may run into some resistance here on VSTM. Want to see it get under this 740 level. It had some previous support there. Want to see it really tank down to the low of the day, hopefully here. Yeah, I'm smoking an electric cigarette. Fritzy. There's 39 on VSTM. 38, looking good. All right, I'm out there for a $13 gain on VSTM. Should have let it go a little bit longer, but honestly, this week's been really tough for me, guys. And so got out for a small gain there. Gonna keep trading, though. Gonna look to maybe get into something else. Fritzy, I'm shorting it, man. Ugh. If anybody wants to see my biggest flaw in trading, what I do wrong the most, it's selling too soon. And if Mitch was here, Mitch would yell at me for this, which is probably valid. My plan here is to... So, Fritzy, I'm actually shorting this stock, right? And it's called... This is the setup I use every day. It's called the VWAP fade. I get in around the VWAP here where I got in, and then I ride it down to the low of the day. Sold a little bit too early, though, on that one for sure. Maybe add back if it bounces back here. But I'm also looking at KBH if it gets up to the VWAP at 25.50. Hey, appreciate the support. Cool. Yeah, man. My trading, it's been a tough week is the best I can say. It's really been a tough week. I mean, maybe not. I mean, look at this bounce back. I got out a little bit early, I think, but seeing that bounce makes me feel a little bit better about exiting there. I've kind of gone back to using a little bit smaller sizing just with how my trading's been in the last week. Yeah, Thinkorswim's been freezing again today. But yeah, my commissions mark on TEFs is $3 for a round trip. If I'm using less than 250 shares, commissions are $3 total for a round trip. I'm also kind of managing my, I'm holding CRMD here. And so I'm kind of managing CRMD. But the spread is just crazy on it. Cron did fade nicely off the VWAP, but it pushed up a little bit too much for me to want to get into it. Next one I'm looking at is KBH here. But yeah, I mean, I think traders are always going to get in little funks, and I think that's why I've been doing, that's why I've been a little bit more selective, not selective, but that's why I've been a little bit more hesitant to hold stocks longer. That's why I've been a little bit more hesitant to use bigger sizings like I had before, just because it's been a tough week trading. I'm not used to losing as much as I have in the last week, and so it's something I just have to get used to. It's been pretty tough, honestly. And yesterday would have been a profitable day, and so I still have my confidence really. Like yesterday I took my loss would have been about $10 to $12, and I forgot to exit out of a stop order. And so the stock ended up squeezing up before I could exit it, and I ended up losing $30 on my first trade yesterday, just because, like I said, it was an error on my part. You know what I mean? And so it would have been like a $10 loss. But the cool thing is that I was able to bounce back from that loss, and compensate for that entire $31 loss yesterday. And so really, I consider yesterday a win. Not only because it would have been a winning day if it wasn't for that error on my side, but just because anytime you can come back from a bigger loss like that, I consider that a win regardless of what my P&L looks like. And so, and then today I've had a slightly profitable day today. Should have used a little bit bigger sizing maybe, but, thus is when my confidence is poor. I'm using 1 minute. So Mark Peter, the so the way it works is it's 0.006 cents per share, but there's a 150 per trade minimum on TEFs. And so each trade has to cost at least $1.50 in and $1.50 out. And so if you're using under 250 shares, it doesn't break that $1.50 minimum, and so it's 150 in, 150 out, so 300 shares. Once you do break that minimum, like I said, it's 0.006 cents per share. And so if I pull up a calculator here, if I use 400 shares on TEFs, it's going to be, hold on, sorry. It's going to be $2.40 per trade, or $4.80 for a round trip with 400 shares. With 500, it's going to be $3 per trade, or $6 for a round trip. With 600 shares, it's going to be $3.60 per trade, or $7.20 for a round trip, and so forth and so on. And so I think 1,000 shares, it's like $12 total for a round trip. Yeah, so $12. If I'm using 1,000 shares, it's going to be 6 in and 6 out, which all of these are still really cheap compared to a lot of these other brokers. Really, I'm looking at kind of Nike right now for a possible fade here. GoPro's just acting weird. I'm probably not going to trade it. But Nike, pulling back to the VWAP here, looks interesting. Tight risk at this 82.57 level. And so I'm looking at Nike here, maybe for a quick trade on the short side. XON. I mean, I don't know. XON kind of looks interesting for a VWAP bounce setup. Look at NIO though. It looks like I got out of NIO at the right time. And so minimal loss for NIO here. Yep, got out at the right time, which is good. And this is the beautiful thing about the VWAP fade, is that, if you follow the plan, so say if you get in the VWAP fade around here, right? And you get in around one of these levels, you could sell a partial at the low of the day, so down here. And that way, if it does squeeze up like this, you can get out for a break even or a small winning trade. But if it does crack under these lows and continue falling, it's a much bigger winner. And so that's the beautiful thing about the VWAP fade. Yeah, look at XON, man. Maybe you called that one right on the nose, man. Big tank. Yeah, there's no PDT rule on the broker I'm using. When you show your P&L, it seems like 50% commissions. Yeah, man, like I said, I usually use bigger sizing than this. My confidence has been low in the last week, though, guys. And so it's, this is all, like, it's hard to explain. So I'm using this account of course I'm trying to build it up, but this is for learning. Like, I'm trying to build some consistency and really learn with these accounts. And so I don't mind using small sizing. To me, it really doesn't matter the sizing I'm using. It's just about whether I'm getting in good trades or not. And so just because I'm trying to build some consistency first, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm ultimately trying to do. And, if you look at my graph in the last few months, I can pull my graph up again. My graph is pretty good in the last few months. Sorry, let me wait for it to load. This is my graph in the last few months. It's actually down a little bit from here. This is my probably most recent graph. So this is my graph in the last month. And it's a pretty decent graph. I've just been, I ran into a little slump. I'm probably a little bit closer down to here now. But I ran into a little bit of a slump, and that's what I'm trying to break through now. I'm just trying to get a few green trades under my belt, regardless of the sizing I'm using, just to kind of get my confidence back. Because, as you can see by the graph, it's a pretty nice graph here. A lot of upward momentum on my side. But like I said, the last week has been pretty tough, and I'm just trying to get my confidence back after a losing week last week. You know what I mean? And so at this point, I'm just trying to get in good trades. It doesn't matter what sizing I'm using. I'm just trying to get in good trades, Yeah, I got the link, Sonny. Here's the link right here, man. I just posted the link to TradeNet. Like I said, until the end of this month, you can get 20% off the intro package, which is the package I'm using. With that, you get 14,000 in buying power with a $700 max loss. And so if you buy it within the next week, you're effectively getting $700 to lose and only paying $400. And so you're getting an extra $300 to lose. And there's a profit split of 70-30 on actual profits. And so it's only on profits over the original 14K they give you. And so for instance, if I bring the account up to 15K, I keep 700 and they keep 300. And so, the sale's only going on for the next 4 days. And so if anybody's interested in signing up, there's the link. We do make a small commission from it, but it's a good way to help support the channel if you want to help support it. It's kind of one of the ways I keep the stream free, and I keep the stream free for, not charge anybody anything for anything. So I just try to put everything out there for free. Like I said, I make a small commission from it if you go through my link. But even if you don't want to go through my link, you can go through the TradeNet site. I don't think you'll get 20% off, but even if you don't want to go through mine, you can go through the TradeNet site. All right, so VSTM back up to the VWAP. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's putting in higher lows. And so, I think it does have a tight risk level. I think the risk to reward's pretty good at this point. You could set your risk at this $63 level right there. And so your risk is about 10 cents at this point. Your reward could at least be down to the $33 level. And so almost 2-to-1 risk to reward. With VSTM, we'll see if it follows through here and gets rejected, but no telling. VNDA, Brandon. All right, let me check it out. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Sonic. If Sonic's telling the truth, Sonic is kind of like our friendly neighborhood troll on the stream. He's always posting troll stuff, but he's a funny member. I like having Sonic here. But because of that, it's hard to tell if he's being serious or not. I feel you, John. I just missed completing the TradeNet challenge. Super disappointed in myself. I got to give you props. I'm taking the week off to refocus. You are pushing through your tough spot. Still had to show up and support the channel, give a view, add a like. Hey, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, Corey. Yeah, man, means a lot, brother. Yeah, man, I think traders are always going to go through little slumps. Every week isn't always going to be a profitable week for a trader. And I think with the last 2 months averaging one losing day a week, I think I just got used to having, only green trades. And so when I go through a slump like this, it only affects me more just because, before this slump, I was doing extremely well, averaging one losing day a week, about 70-75% accuracy. And so it's just how I bounce back from the slump. Losing slumps are going to happen. You're always going to you're always going to lose sometimes, and that's fine. It's how you react to those losses, and that's what I have to work on. As you could probably see, I hate losing. And it's good that I hate losing, and it's bad that I hate losing. It's good because, as you can see in the last 2 months, I try to make it so I don't ever lose. The problem with it is that when I do finally go on slumps like I am now, they affect me more than they would if I was, consistently losing or whatever. CPRX. Looking at XON for maybe a VWAP projection here. Yeah, ADLX is running here. Nice little VWAP bounce play right here. And this is a setup I've been trying to trade more and more. I was kind of focused on other stuff today, but nice little VWAP bounce right here off the $50 mark, or the 50-cent level, the $half. Beautiful little bounce there on ALDX. Unfortunately, this one's not tradable. CPRX. Yeah, CPRX is running up too. Looks interesting. Not tradable, unfortunately, for CPRX. Yeah, Kron is just tanking here. Tefts takes 30%, then Uncle Sam takes another 30%. Yeah, I mean, it's, the way I describe Tefts is kind of like a prop firm. Like, they partner with you, they give you buying power, and then there's a profit split. You know what I mean? Cheap commissions like a prop firm. And so the best way, it's kind of like a prop firm is the best way I could describe it. Like I said, they give you the buying power, there's a profit split with cheap commissions, so it's very similar to a prop firm in my opinion. Yeah, I was really looking at Kron. The problem with it is it just broke over the VWAP a little bit too much here. SQ may be fading off the VWAP nicely. I'm kind of watching this one. I like this little bounce here on SQ, but it didn't quite get high enough. I would have liked it to get up to this 80, 75 cent level here and then take it, but it just didn't get that high. Nice, Brandon. Congrats, brother. Nice work, man. Hey, John, how do you think of CMEG? As a broker, is it good? I've never used them, Corvskit, so I don't know whether they're good or bad, man. The brokers I've used a lot of brokers, don't get me wrong, I've just never used them. I've used Robinhood, Ustock Trade, Webull, SureTrader, Thinkorswim, Tefts, TradeNet. I know there's another one in there I've used as well. But yeah, I've used a lot of different brokers, never used them though. But yeah, SQ, like I said, really nice little bounce here. I would have liked to get a little bit higher, but nice little fade there. Right, 100% cool. Even with 60% gone or whatever from Uncle Sam and Tefts, it's still a huge benefit with 14K. Yeah, and it gives you that chance to make, to make substantially more, and that's the biggest thing. More importantly than any of that, though, it's good for learning because you're actually using real money and you have a good platform and you have the buying power to trade it. And so that's the big thing. Plus, like I said, I mean, you pay $500, $400 if you go through my link for the rest of this month. And you get $700 to lose, and so you pay $400 or $500, and you can lose up to $700. And so just that in itself, I think, is good value. Oh, 100% Silver Surfer. No worries, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate any. Like, here's the thing. Like, I really do. I really do appreciate constructive criticism because here's the thing. I'm not trying to act like a super expert trader. Mitch and I are just trying to show people what it's really like for traders. Like, I'm not trying to act like an expert or a guru or anything like that. We're just trying to show people what it's really like. And I appreciate constructive criticism. The criticism I don't like is when you kind of come, like, people sometimes come into the stream and all they ever say is negative stuff. Like, all they ever say is negative stuff. They kind of just come in, talk smack, and then never say anything positive. And so if they're just that negative, they shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? But Silver Surfer, you've been here for a while. You're always pretty positive, and so I respect your opinion a lot more than some others. And so appreciate that. Really, honestly, I do. The biggest thing, I hate losing. And like I said, it's a blessing and a curse. I hate losing, and so I try to make it so I never lose. And that's kind of when I go on like 8-day winning streaks like I have in the past month. But I hate losing, and so when I go on slumps like this, it just makes it a lot harder for me to rebound. It's because you're not thinking about it, Netron. It's because you don't have that pressure, brother. Yeah, I'm trading a few options trades right now. You can see I'm holding my options trades. I'm holding on Robinhood. I'm holding a put on NEPT with a strike price of $3.50, I think. $3. Oh, $3 put on NEPT. And TRVG, I'm holding a $10 put with a $5 strike price that expires in a little bit less than a month from now. And so I'm holding a few options here. All right, Tiny, have a good day. See you tomorrow, hopefully. What's GoPro doing? Yeah, there goes GoPro fading off the VWAP, or rejecting off the VWAP really nicely here. Problem is, it kind of faked this move out a lot, but nice little fade off the VWAP. Everybody I talked to was short biased on GoPro today, so. VSTM's kind of forming a little bit of a triangle here. If you squeeze it down, like let me see if I can squeeze it down. You can see a little bit of a triangle here if I squeeze it. It might look better on the 5-minute. But yeah, you can see a little bit of a triangle forming here on VSTM. I appreciate it, Joe. Hey, don't worry about that, man. You don't have to give me $100, brother. Don't worry about that, man. If you make $500 gain, keep it, man. Enjoy it. But I appreciate the support anyway, Joe. Means a lot, brother. Appreciate it, man. Honestly, I'm just glad to get out of today, although tiny, a profitable day. AVEO. Yeah, look at that run on AVEO. What did NYSZ end up doing? I remember that one as well. Not a huge range on NYSZ, but I think AVEO isn't tradable either. No, it's not. GoPro here may look interesting if it can bounce back up to this VWAP level here. I may consider it. Honestly, NIO kind of looks like a VWAP bounce here. This is kind of that VWAP bounce strategy Mitch and I have been talking about lately. Bouncing off the VWAP here. That's tough, WL Valores. Hey, man, you'll bounce back, brother. But yeah, shout out to both people that donated today. Appreciate the $5 super chats. Both Snaptrade Ben, means a lot, man, and WL Valores. Appreciate the, Jeremy. Appreciate the $5 donations, Jeremy and Ben. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Track Racer. NIO is just, it's not the stock for me, man. It's I've traded it like 4 times in the last week, and every time it's been a losing trade. And so there's some stocks that are just kind of like my kryptonite, and NIO is one of those. I don't know why I even tried trading it today, you know. AMRN. Man, every time I think AMRN is overextended, this thing just keeps running. ALDX on a fade. I mean, ALDX is pushing up. I mean, it's not pushing up yet, but it's still over the VWAP, and so I won't really consider it until it breaks under it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. NIO looks like a VWAP bounce is what it looks like off the VWAP here. Yeah, it does look like a bull flag with a VWAP bounce off the 5 minute. Honestly, with VSTM, you know, part of the VWAP fade strategy is buying some up here, selling a partial here, and then adding it back when it bounces like this. And that would have been a good move today. NIO is one of the stocks you have to know the flow, must be in sync with it, dance, even make love with it. Same with TLRY. Yeah, TLRY, the cannabis stocks are kind of another one of my kryptonites. I've just never done well with them. They've never really worked out for me. There's some stocks that just don't work out for me. But yeah, look, there's VSTM dropping back down. Would have been a beautiful ad here. If Mitch was here, he'd probably still be yelling at me for selling too early on VSTM, which is valid. You know, sometimes you need somebody like Mitch to kind of get your mind right. Hey, appreciate the sub, Matthew. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. I gotta get a new chair, man. This one is just not comfortable. Might be a new investment I gotta make. Looking at Cron here. Still thinking it's a little bullish or bearish. Pulling up to the VWAP. Almost jumped in here. Glad I didn't though, because it would have faked me out. And so because of that, I'm a little bit less hesitant to take that one. On Tef's time and sales, how do you tell if an inside trade is a buy or sell? I mean, I don't know. I don't ever use Tef's time and sales. I just use Tef's level 2. I use Thinkorswim time and sales. Judging how Thinkorswim has been in the last week, though, it might be good to start using them. Yeah, WD-40, man. It needs some. Yeah, it happens, Valores. It's happened to me before, man. I'm just happy to get out of today with a profitable trade. I know some people, especially the new people here, are probably looking at this saying, dude, you made $8 today. And that's understandable, you know, but judging by how my trades have been in the last week, I'm just happy to get out with a green day. Yesterday, I'm actually happy with how I did yesterday, like I said, but yeah, for sure. Ask Mitch, he probably knows. Hey, I'm pretty sure that's probably a little unusual, Tristan. Um, I don't know though. You know, it's one of those things where I just don't know. But it is plausible. Right. Right, cool. I mean, listen, man, after commissions, I actually made less than $5. But it's fine. All that matters is green. Right, green is green. And that's what I care about, especially after a week like this. I'm just trying to get my confidence up a little bit. And if you think about it, like yesterday would have been a profitable day. Today was a slightly profitable day. And so honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not doing that bad this week. It's just the mental aspect that I need to work on. Later, bro, Mac. Nice work today, brother. Good trade, man. Good trade. Market, the volume's back in the market though. That's good. The market or the volume, the market's been a lot better the last 2-3 days, just because there's been a lot more active movers. There's been a lot of gappers, a lot of volume, and so even on a Wednesday like today, the volume's still pretty decent. I don't think this would have been a bad fade here. Would have liked it to get a little bit higher, but I don't think that's a bad fade here at 720. So we'll see what GoPro does. Brandon, I really just look for gapping stocks, at least just me. You know, every trader's different, but I mostly just look for stocks that are gapping up, and then try to short them on the at the open. And so, you know, the market, I just look for overextension. You know, like the basic strategy I use is I look for overextended stocks on the upside and then try to take advantage of that downward momentum, looking for a VWAP fade preferably, to ride it down and fill some of the gap is basically what I do. That's kind of the strategy that has made me money in the last 2 months. Closet emo kid. Yeah, my wife was one. I was never really an emo. I liked, I liked Blink 182 and Linkin Park. A little bit of Taking Back Sunday, but not that much, you know. OCC. Nike taking off. Yeah, I thought Nike would rebound today. And this is kind of the overextension I was talking about. So like if I'm gonna be long biased in a stock, it's typically after it gaps down. And if I'm gonna be short biased in a stock, it's typically after it gaps up. You know? Like VSTM gapped up, I was short bias in it. And so it's all about the extension of the gap. If it gaps up too much, I like to short it. If it gaps down too much, I like to go long. And like I said in pre-market, I was long biased. I thought this one would push up some today, and it did. It rebounded some, so. NIHD. But yeah, with long setups, I typically like to see movement in pre-market and after hours, but not necessarily gapping up. I'd like to see kind of like, what was the one I just looked at? AMRN. Is kind of a good example of that. Like it moved in pre-market, but it didn't really gap up that much. This is kind of the moves I like. When it gaps up too much, I'm more short biased. Let's see what my option trades are doing. NEPT. NEPT's good, man. My option trade on NEPT is looking better each day. Trivago doesn't look as good, but you know. It was a cheap option. But NEPT, I mean, I still have a month for NEPT. It could easily get down to $3. And even if it doesn't, if it gets down to $3.50, I can still sell it for a decent profit. Same thing with Trivago. So I still got a month. Yeah, GoPro, man. GoPro, I kind of called the fade out here. It didn't quite get as high as I wanted it to. All right, WL. Have a good day, brother. There goes NIO tanking, which just kind of confirms why I shouldn't trade it. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and close the stream down. Remember, Snaptrade has opened up a lot of new features. Today's news and stuff was brought to you by Snaptrade, and it's a really awesome free tool for traders to take advantage of. Also, Ben was here. He is one of the owners of Snaptrade. He was here in the chat today. Appreciate the $5 donation, Ben. But yeah, so if you have any suggestions for Snaptrade, anything you want to see, anything you think they should work on, let me know. And really, if you don't even have to let me know, you can let Snaptrade know yourself. All you have to do is go down to the bottom right and go to the feedback button, and you can click comment, feature request, bug, and you can just kind of let them know stuff you want to see, stuff you want to see worked on, stuff you want to see added, things they need to fix. And so you can go check that out with Snaptrade. Let them know. They're really trying to see their users' perspective on stuff with Snaptrade to see what they should add, what they should take away, what they should tweak and fix. And so let them know. Really awesome free site. I build my watch list and share it with a decent amount of traders here each morning on Snaptrade. And so I'm building a decent list here of traders that follow my watch list each morning. And I post this watch list typically before the stream. And so if you want to get my watch list a little bit earlier, you can sign up to Snaptrade and send me your username or email, and I'll add you to this list. They also have a really nice new gapping scanner that they added to show you the gappers in the market, which I've definitely found a lot of really useful. And so go check them out, snaptrade.us. And like I said, let me know or let them know if you have any suggestions about their site. They really want to know what their users' perspective is. There's the link there. Hey, appreciate it, Sonny. What did you get in on that NEPT option? NEPT option, I got in, I think it was around like $5. I got in way up here on this NEPT option, like $5.14 or so on this option. Also, guys, like I said, I know I keep saying it, but the sale for 20% off the intro package on TradeNet ends in 4 days, and so instead of $500, you can get the intro package for $399 on TradeNet. And I do make a small commission from it, but if you want to help support the channel, you can go through our link. And really, guys, I just appreciate all the support we've gotten. We got a great group of traders here that are really, supportive. I like the constructive criticism I've been getting, and so appreciate all the love and support, guys. And like I said, let me know if you want to see me make a video about anything specific. I'll try to work on the option video for you, John. It's something that I've been working on a little bit, and I've kind of been playing around with it, and so I'll try to work on that for you, get an option video out maybe this weekend or so. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, if you want to help support this channel, click the like button right now on this video. It does help support us. We appreciate any support we can get, and we appreciate it if you click the like button. If it's your first time joining us, I day trade live on stream every weekday morning, starting at 8:45 a.m. market time, stream until about 10:30 like I'm doing now. And so if you want to watch me trade live every weekday, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. Appreciate the sub, Brandon. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't say guys as much as Mitch. I think Mitch still says guys more than me. I say brother more than guys, I think. Like, appreciate the sub, brother. Like that's kind of my filler word that I use. But yeah, have a good day, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always.